Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we are talking about a case that we've not covered until right now. 18-year-old high school senior from Florida, Anna Kepner. She boarded a Carnival Horizon cruise ship, to the Western Caribbean. Sunshine, ports, everything, right? You'd expect to see on a trip. It's supposed to be safe, fun, and memorable. But Anna never came back home alive. Somewhere between Cozumel and Miami, somewhere on the open water, something happened aboard the ship. Something serious enough that the Horizon returned to port. The FBI boards immediately. And from that moment to right now, the information has been locked down tighter than a vault. Carnival released the shortest PR statement ever. The FBI won't say a word. And Anna's family, they're heartbroken and they're waiting. They're confused. And according to the reports, they're not even getting straight answers themselves. Tonight, we're going to be talking about what we do know at this point and the whole lot that we don't on the other side of this.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is Friday. Praise the Lord. November 14th, 2025. It is currently 9:47 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello. Guys, good to see you all. This is something I don't normally do, like cruise cases or anything like this, but I find this very fascinating because in the last few years, we've seen an increase in deaths on these cruise ships. And many, most, as a matter of fact, that I have looked into, at least in my opinion, are not solved. There's, you know, what happens out in international sea happens in it's a lawless place, right? It's lawless. There is no country per se that you are you have to, adhere to. So it's very interesting. Once you're out there, and whatever happens, happens. We have a survey in chat. I would love for you guys to take part of that. Have you been on a cruise before? Have you been on a Carnival cruise? Another cruise? Would you never cruise at all? Let me know what you thought. A lot goes not even acknowledged. It's so scary. There isn't even cops on board, just security. Correct. Yes. Now, I've been on several cruises, several cruises. Um, I used to like them before I had kids. Now that I have kids, there's no fucking way I'm getting on a cruise. Okay. It's just changed. Um, but I will tell you, I've gotten very sick on a cruise before. So sick. Um, I rarely get fevers. Rarely ever get fevers. And I was at this nice restaurant, ordering lobster and filet mignon and all of this, and started feeling death, death. And I had to go back to my room. And it lasted for probably 24 hours, but I was like, my fever was so high, it was like almost like in and out of consciousness. There's nothing you can do when you're on there. Take some damn Tylenol. There's a doctor aboard, but it's not really much of a doctor if you ask me. So let me tell you what we do know in this, and it's quite interesting. Very interesting, actually. Let me show you a picture of 1 second here. Oh, sorry, it never works out when I'm trying to pull this up. Who Anna is. Beautiful young girl, and I'm gonna tell you about her, all of that. Just very 18 years old. There's only a limited uh amount of things that could have happened, right? Let's just be real here. A limited amount. Let me pull this up. Yaya, good to see you. Love to cruise and love you. Love you, darling. Thank you so much, Yaya. Good to see you, my friend. Um, yeah, I mean, like I'll cruise, you know, probably when I'm maybe 10 years from now or something like that. But uh maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you for 13 months, my dear. I know you've got a cruise coming up pretty soon. Pretty soon. So, okay. All right. So let's start with who is Anna? Anna Kepner. She is 18-year-old high school senior from, how do you pronounce it? Is it Titusville? I always mess it up. Florida. Titusville. Why do I see? I'm thinking of Texas for some reason. Sorry. Titusville, Florida. And from they went through Carnival. Carnival is a budget friendly, shall we say, cruise. It's a massive ship, and it was a Western Caribbean. So when you go on a cruise, you can choose kind of like Western Caribbean, um, Eastern Caribbean, and that's Western Caribbean's like Mexico and all of that. Um, I live in a town of approximately 200 people. I can't do cities anymore and don't care to be adventurous anymore. I wanted to be an oceanographer from graduate. Oh, wow, nice. Okay. This she left the port of Miami November 8th. November 8th. Now, the timeline of events, right? Early November, November 8th to be exact. This is when she boards the Carnival Horizon with family. With family. She's going to Cozumel, Grand Cayman, etc. Sometimes during the voyage here, Anna passed away. Ship returns. Sorry, it returned November 8th. I said it left November 8th. It returned November 8th. And the FBI boards because it's an American citizen. And the FBI will board, go any place that American citizen dies. Just an FYI. Okay. This is the quote. Get this. This is the quote that Carnival said. Imagine, God forbid, your loved one dies, or you, God forbid. And this is the quote that they say. You ready for it? Quote, our focus is on supporting the family of our guest and cooperating with the FBI. End quote. That's it. That's it. Nothing more. That is the quote. And I feel like, damn, you are just, this is just my feeling, my opinion. You're just a number. Stand in line. Oops. Something happens. That's it. Can you imagine? Unbelievable. So again, the FBI is involved in because again, she's a US citizen and what uh, it happened in the US waters or international waters where the cruise line falls under US jurisdiction, technically. Um, the fact that the FBI is saying nothing, not one detail, it kind of tells either that they're still interviewing witnesses or they're awaiting autopsy results, or the situation is a lot more complicated than Carnival wants the public to know right now. They don't want a public frenzy. Remember a few years ago, there was, there's been several different things that's happened with Carnival. I mean, you can go on some Carnival cruises sometimes for like $200 for 3, 4 days. It's wildly cheap. Wildly cheap, Carnival is. I've never done Carnival. Um, Probably respectfully wouldn't ever do Carnival. I have always do Norwegian generally. Um, that's generally the one I go with. So, yeah, what they call freestyle cruising, and that's what I prefer personally. So, they're going to be investigating. We're going to get to some video and stuff here in a second, but they're going to be investigating different avenues of this. One is going to be obviously a medical emergency. Was there something undiagnosed that nobody knew, right? Um, Being in an odd place, an odd atmosphere, when you're on vacation, you don't feel you feel different. Your body especially feels different. Everybody notices the stress that's on your body because we say we go to on vacation to relax and stuff, but it's actually not relaxing. I mean, it's maybe relaxing your mind, but it's very taxing on your body going on vacation, right? Because the travel and all of this, and you're not in your bed, you're not in your normal routine. So it's very exhausting actually going on a vacation, especially if it's a short vacation. Was there an accident that we're not familiar with, right? Um, there has been known to be a lot of falls with um, these ships, right? Um, drugs, overdose. There is Carnival is allegedly, I'll say, particularly known to be a party ship. It's a place where, um, especially, I don't know if they do this anymore, but if there's like the ports of call, if they haven't booked all of their rooms out, if they've got some room left that you can just board the ship and go for very, very cheap. It's already cheap. Um, and so it's a party ship. People go there to party, to have fun, and there's drugs. There's not supposed to be, but there's drugs. And there is all the alcohol you can hold on that ship, right? They make their money on this ship gambling, uh, again, alcohol, their stores, and all of that they do. It could be an alcohol related incident. It could be a crime involving another guest. Uh, it could be, even self-harm, God forbid. But right now, none of these are confirmed at all. Nothing. We know zilch. But there are categories investigators are always going to be examining of these unexplained cruise deaths, right? So why this is getting attention is that she is 18 years old. She's a senior. High school. This is a family vacation, not a solo adult trip. She went with her family. Again, Carnival has had past tragedies, so the public sees allegedly a pattern. Um, and the silence is really loud, right? It's pretty loud that this keeps happening. It seems, particularly. Remember, like a few years ago, they call it the poop cruise. There was the electric was out or something like that, and then the sewage backed up. It was in people's rooms. They had to stay on there for like days. Very, very unsanitary. And all of that. So the FBI has pretty much said nothing. And the family is likely under restriction uh, not to speak publicly. Carnival's PR team is trained to keep statements minimal. The less you say, the better, technically. Um, the return date was November 8th, and that suggests the investigation began before docking, which is interesting. When the FBI starts investigating before a ship even returns to port, something happened on board that required immediate containment. And that is a quote, by the way. That is a quote. Questions are what exactly happened on that ship? Was there anything out of the ordinary? Were there witnesses? Was alcohol involved? I would probably say yes. Was there any incident reports filed? Medical staff involved? Does the ship are they showing the CCTV? And the family obviously is not and probably can't speak out because of this. Okay, here we go. I want to show you some video here because it's pretty interesting. At this time, there's been no calls of death that has been released at all. At all. Okay. When was this? I want to show you the latest right here. Credit goes to Fox News Clips. Link is provided in the description. Oh, Princess Pillow. How you doing, girl? Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you, Mamacita. Thank you, lovely. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, give our Princess Pillows a big, big thank you. Much love to you, my dear. Really, really do appreciate you. Beautiful. Very kind of you. I love. Thanks so much. Thank you for being a member here. Look at this. Okay, credit goes to Fox News. Links is provided in the description as well. Hopefully, I can do this. It's a little... Okay, here we go.
Investigating the mysterious death of an 18-year-old aboard a Carnival cruise ship. Anna Kepner's family, who was with her on that cruise, is still in the dark about what exactly happened. Her father telling the Daily Mail, quote, "The FBI hasn't shared anything with me yet. I have no idea what is going on right now. We are just trying to sit still and wait for answers." Miami-based cruise ship injury attorney Louis Vucci joins me now. Louis, thank you for joining us. Very few details about this case have been given, which is part of the problem this grieving family is facing right now. But given your level of expertise, what details stand out to you and what do you think happened here?
I wouldn't want to exactly speculate as to what happened.
I mean, what I don't get, and I just feel horrible, absolutely horrible for the family, but like, was the rooms close to each other? I'm like, she's only 18. She's a senior in high school. Her family is with her. Were they sharing rooms? Was their rooms close to each other? Was her a balcony room? You know, there's balcony rooms that are more expensive. There's non-balcony rooms, but you have like a window outside and you can kind of see outside. And then there's the inner rooms that you have no window whatsoever in your room. And there's that. So it's a little confusing.
I would tell you that the Miami-Dade coroner's office, to my understanding, has found a specific time of death. And so that would lead me to believe that they have some inclination as to specifically what happened or how this might have occurred, given the fact that they have a death. I believe they gave a time of 11:17 a.m. On the date of her passing. So I would believe that there's
11:17 a.m. You know, this could be alcohol poisoning. That's speculation, of course. Again, I'm trying not to speculate on this because we have no idea, but things happen on cruises. And there is a lot of alcohol. And yes, they card you and all of that, but it is so easy for minors to drink on the cruise ships. So easy. She should have been booked in a cabin with another passenger, 25 or older. Yeah, I think you're right, Deb. Yeah. You're right. Now that you say that, that is absolutely true. Yeah, they have to be at least 25.
Some inclination as to what happened, and the FBI is doing an active investigation at this time.
Yeah, you're right. So the Miami-Dade County Medical Examiner lists Anna's time of death as 11:17 a.m., which I do think is notable because usually your mind goes to it taking place sometime in the middle of the night. And also she had social media posts speaking of a breakup. Why do you think the FBI hasn't spoken to this family yet about what took place? And how does this family navigate this situation, not having any answers after their beloved daughter died?
I mean, she seems like a perfectly healthy person, right? Like, I mean, she's 18. Went on a Carnival a couple times when I was younger. Lots of partying and drunks. In my later years, it's more luxury cruises. Always travel in a group. Yes, passion flower. And I just personally, I would, at my age now, I would never like ever cruise with Carnival now. Personally, it is not the atmosphere that I want. It is shake your ass and drink as much as you can while we're here in the sun.
Sure. I don't. I believe that initially in these
Could be.
cases, what would happen is the
Alcohol
cruise line
poisoning.
would be the organization that would do the initial investigation. So in any criminal activity on a cruise ship, the cruise line, they have security, they have cameras, they would preserve the scene, and they would actively investigate it immediately. And then, given the situation, such a serious situation on the cruise ship, with the passing of this poor girl.
Now, another question I have is, okay, if you've been on a cruise ship, like, yeah, you like, people might sleep in till 11 or something, especially if they've had a fun night. I mean, listen, I've had a lot of fun night on cruises. Lots of fun nights. And it's the only time I haven't drank a lot in my entire life, but it's the only time I ever woke up with a hangover. But usually, if you're not cruising, you're not at a dock, and you don't have any excursions or anything, you usually, if you're just out to sea, you might sleep in your room. But, if she's found and her time of death is, like at 11 something in the morning, that tells me, again, just speculating, it just seems like she may have had a long night before. Or they might have all had a long night before. I don't know. Okay. Now we're going to go to Court TV. I want to show you some things.
Anna Kepner was reported dead while aboard the Carnival Horizon cruise ship on Saturday. The straight-A student was set to graduate in May. Now, her family is hoping to learn more about her passing. In a statement on Monday, the cruise company confirmed the death of a guest, which we later learned was Kepner, saying in part that their focus is on supporting the family of our guest and cooperating with the FBI. The FBI has opened an investigation into Kepner's death once the ship returned to Miami. The cause...
Oh, I mean, trust me, there are avid cruisers. In fact, a lot of elderly people are now living on these cruise ships, on some cruise ships, because it's cheaper, it's more affordable than like a nursing home or an assisted living. So, yeah. You don't have to drink. No, you don't have to drink. There are comedy shows and all of that, but it's each cruise line specifically, and they all have generally, I'm talking generally, a clientele. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, you can go to comedy shows and you can gamble and stuff like that. There's always something to do, right, without partying.
Of her death has not been released, pending an autopsy here. So what are the next steps in this investigation, and what happened? I mean, it's a mystery. You've got an 18-year-old in seemingly good health, goes on a cruise ship, is getting ready to begin her adult life, and now she's dead. And there are questions. Here to discuss criminal defense and civil rights attorney Casey Early is back, retired FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffindaffer, and private investigator Manuel Gomez. Manuel, what's your gut on what happened here aboard this cruise line?
Hey, Tara, did they say who, like, the age range? Did they say, like, the age range where? It is a floating city. It is a floating. They're all floating cities. There is the ginormous. Tasha, I like Norwegian Cruise Line personally. I'm a big Norwegian Cruise Line.
Well, unfortunately, my gut feeling is that this was a homicide because of you see all the FBI.
You know, they're searching for the little guy who went missing recently. They're doing a search tomorrow.
Equipment that showed up, and this is the indicators of there was a homicide here. But the unfortunate thing is that this is something that happens quite frequently on cruise ships, and people can go on the Department of Transportation website, and right now, and you can see from January 2025 to March of 2025, they reported over 23 rapes, a dozen suspicious deaths, and numerous assaults.
What?
See from January 2000 on the Department of Transportation website, and right now, and you can see from January 2025 to March of 2025, they reported over 23 rapes.
Holy mother chicken. Oh my God. That's crazy. Since January of... Let's hear that again. Hold on.
On the Department of Transportation website, and right now, and you can see from January
2025 to March of 2025
to March of 2025, they reported over
23 rapes, a dozen suspicious deaths, and numerous assaults. Damn. That's... Wow. That's more than I thought. In 3 months. In 3 months. I mean, there is so much alcohol on board. There's so much alcohol on board.
23 rapes, a dozen suspicious deaths, and numerous assaults. Everybody thinks they're safe on a cruise ship. You're not. All right. You have to act like you're walking through Manhattan and keep your guard up. Unfortunately, people don't. And this is just another sad victim in this case.
Jennifer, you know, people think, oh, FBI is involved, but really that's the jurisdiction of the FBI, the international waters. That's, you could argue that there could be no foul play. This could be maybe a drug overdose or a natural death of somewhat. The FBI being involved doesn't mean foul play. Is that correct?
And the thing about it, I mean, this is the thing. With anything in life, there is risk. That's just the way it is. You drive in your car to a long distance, there's risk involved. Every time you go outside of your home, there's risk involved, right? And I mean, there is like... These cruise ships go 24/7. Like, as soon as you get off the cruise ship, they immediately start cleaning everything, and they have a few hours to turn it around, and they want that mother chicken back out to sea.
That's 100% accurate. First of all, if it happens on a plane, a train, or a boat, it's the FBI's jurisdiction. And that includes all violations that occur on those vessels. So no matter what, if a death occurs on an American ship under an American flag, which this one was, the FBI is going to be charged with handling the death investigation.
The investigation really, I mean, a part of this is obviously the autopsy, which apparently has not either been done or the results haven't been publicly released yet. Casey, what?
Okay, Green Eyes, she's not old enough to drink, technically, right? But I've never been a drinker, like much of a drinker, but I've drank more probably before I was 21 than after I was 21. And on a cruise ship, you can't buy alcohol if you are, not of age, but people can buy you alcohol, and there's ways around it, right? It happens.
What do you take away from this? Because it does seem so odd that an 18-year-old who just ends up dead on this cruise ship, it's not like, she had...
Yeah, 18 is legal drinking age in Canada. It's 21 here.
Documented health problems that anybody's heard of. What's your take on this case?
It certainly makes it...
You're right. I think you're right. If I recall, you're absolutely right. Yes. Lisa, you're right. Yeah. I forgot completely all about that. It is international waters. I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can. I need to check on that, but I'm pretty sure you can drink or it may depend the where the cruise line is registered as well. Not on a boat though, not on a Rogue. I need to check on that.
More difficult, and it is a mystery because her age, obviously young. She had recently passed a test to enroll in the military, so we know that she was healthy. Like you stated, there were no previously documented.
Oh wow! So she, I guess, had a physical through the military. Maybe she was deciding to go to the military. Might be. Why is this live so different? You're probably on the vertical live, Coco. There's two lives technically going on right now. One is a vertical live, and the other one is horizontal. Germany is 16, but you can't drive until you're 21, I think. Yeah, it's all crazy.
Conditions of her health declining or deteriorating. So you want to think, like, is there a possible motive? What possibly happened? And in this case, the autopsy can really reveal if there was any foul play. We know that she was also active as the varsity cheerleader. So this is kind of like, we don't know what happened. And it also makes it complex. As you stated, this is international waters, different jurisdictions. You have the FBI, you have other agencies. So it's right now in the phase of collecting evidence, analyzing that evidence, and waiting on that autopsy report.
Here's what her family said, part of a statement released by the family, saying about Anna, she was a people person. She loved being around people. She had that type of energy that just drew you in with her smile. She was already talking to recruiters, as Casey had mentioned, and had chosen her career path. She wanted to do something that would help her community. Manuel, to your point earlier, you get onto a cruise ship and there is a sense of security because you think, oh, there's just a big floating party and there's no bad guys here. But that's not necessarily the case. What,
you know, even when you get to to different ports, right? As soon as you get off of the ship and you go, you know, you're going on an excursion or whatever into the towns, like there's some creepy people when you get off the ship. There's always some, you know, you got to be careful, you know, especially some of the, you know, more struggling countries. Like they can take it. There's people that can take advantage of you.
what are the steps in terms of investigating this besides the autopsy? What else would the FBI be doing here?
Well, I just want to say one thing before I answer that, and that is that on these cruise ships, they don't have law enforcement.
Lots of human picking too.
Okay, they only have security guards that are loaded with mace, an asp, and a taser. So you're not secure. And unfortunately, these cruise ships need to do like we do with our U.S. planes, and that is have an air marshal assigned to each one of these cruise ships so that they can keep some type of security and have somebody that understands homicide investigations and investigative techniques.
1,055 length in feet. It holds 3,960 guest capacity, 1,450 onboard crew. Wow. Trip duration 2 to 5 days, 6 to 9 days.
Because their security guards are not trained in that. That's the first of all. And second, their security guards, their main purpose is to protect the cruise line industry. And that's the problem with a lot of these cases. You know, there's a law right now on the books, which my colleagues can maybe confirm. It's called Death on the High Seas Act of 1920. Okay, that act right now only lets the cruise ships pay only $15,000 to someone's funeral costs. So in essence, the cruise ships, they're not even going to pay you $1 million for this girl dying. And like the other people said, she's 18 years old. She's strong and healthy as a horse. This girl, in my professional opinion, was murdered. This was not that she just laid down and went to sleep and died.
Thank you for that.
Jennifer, these are like mini floating cities, and like a city, there are surveillance cameras, one would think. There's likely lots to investigate, and we did see, to Manuel's point, the FBI team boarding the ship. What are they looking for? What are they doing to either rule out or take next steps in an investigation like this on a boat?
Right. One of my last investigations in the Virgin Islands was a death aboard a ship, a homicide. And you walk on, you're completely closing everything off, closing the crime scene off. They're going to have a cadre of individuals to help conduct these interviews because so many people, there are so many potential witnesses, and also the video footage is going to be looked at. But I'll tell you what, having done one of these cases, this video footage is difficult because it doesn't shoot every square inch of this boat. It's typically not on the balconies. It's typically not on every stateroom. And so there are a lot of crevices and nooks and crannies that sometimes you can't get the footage that you actually need. Also, typically, there might be locking mechanisms that report when somebody goes in, but not when somebody exits. There are all sorts of issues. Also, that time frame between the time she was found and the time they reported into port.
Have you had an opportunity? As long as, like, when you go on a cruise ship, like, you see down the hallway, your eye cannot even see to the end of the hallway. It's humongous. Absolutely humongous. Okay. There is some new information from Fox 35 Orlando. Link is provided in the description, just coming out just a little bit ago. and why FBI's Anna Kepner death investigation faces more obstacles.
A big story that is getting nationwide attention because there are still so many questions surrounding the death of a Titusville, according to the records from the medical examiner. And we still don't know at this point what the cause of death was. That has not yet been released. And so still a lot of questions and still a lot of questions for family as well, trying to figure out what exactly happened here. Fox 35's Esther Bauer spoke earlier with Jamie Barnett. She is with the International Cruise Victims Organization.
Listen to this.
She actually lost her daughter, Ashley Barnett, who died on a cruise ship back in 2006. And she spoke with Esther today about how
Very
the
bad.
legal system changes,
Yes, Tina.
jurisdictions change when you're on board a cruise ship. Talked about her journey, not only on that cruise ship and what happened, but also the journey looking for answers in the aftermath of what happened to her daughter, and the message that she hopes that she can share with the family members and loved ones of Anna Kepner, who are now asking many of those same questions.
But this one really resonated with me, because she was so young.
I'm trying to think of the case. There is a case that's been recently back in the news, and it's a death investigation on a cruise line. I'm trying to think. It's a very popular case. She was never found. Her body was never found, like a lot of people that go missing on a cruise. But they think she may have actually been trafficked. They're not sure.
And so beautiful, with so much ahead of her to look forward to. So, there was no reason to think, that anything intentional would have happened to her. And indeed, we still don't. So, but we don't know what did, and that's what makes it so tragic. And the other thing that I think of when I think of this family in particular, probably because I identify with it so closely, is I know what hurdles this family is going to have to jump through. And, I wish I had contact with them. I wish, there was some way I could, accompany them on this journey, because I sure would have loved that when I was in their shoes, because nobody realizes the difference that a victim or the victim's families of someone who is the victim of a crime or unusual or suspicious circumstances at sea goes through, as versus what someone on land would have to deal with. It's a world of difference, and people don't realize it,
Yeah, so talk with us about that. What are the hurdles, this family,
What-
you quite frankly are still facing when you pass away or are a victim of a crime on a cruise ship? How does it make it harder, for answers to come out, for justice to be served, for closure for the families?
Well, there are a million different ways that it's complicated and reasons that it's complicated. To begin with, when if you buy your ticket for a cruise,
Check this out.
as an American in America, you go to a port in America and you get on that ship there, you travel, you come back to an American port. You think, rightfully so, that as an American, the laws that protect you, that keep you safe, that influence that cruise ship are going with you when you go on that cruise, but they don't. And that's because of two reasons. One is that ship is flagged in a foreign country. It's not flagged in an American. It's not an American registered vessel. It'll be a vessel, probably Carnival, most likely registered in Panama. So those are the laws they go by. There's no independent police on a cruise ship. that's going to investigate thoroughly and as a well-trained
Okay, look at this, y'all.
group of dedicated.
So, I am looking at, I wanted to see how many deaths there have been since the beginning of the year that at least this website is reporting. Okay, this is either passenger or crew member deaths. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 deaths since January 1 of 2025. Silver Dawn Cruise Line, MSC Orchestra, MSC Explorer of the Seas, that's Royal Caribbean, Holland America, Royal Caribbean, Princess, MSC Cruises, Costa, Diamond, Princess, Norwegian Cruise Line, Bliss, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, some small cruise line, P&O Cruises, Viking, Carnival. Okay. Can y'all see this right here? This is just what's reported. These are all deaths. All deaths. It could be of natural causes. You know, it could be an old person or whatever. So this is what it says about the cruise for the case that we are talking about now. The one we're talking about now. All right, so listen to this is what it reads. There was a fire in 2019 on this cruise line. There was a pier collision in 2018 in New York, Manhattan. There was propulsion power loss in 2018 and 2021, 8 times canceled cruises, water pollution 2018 at the shipyard during construction. 2018, there was a crew member, and 2019, 22, and 25, I guess it says overboard. Medevac 2018 and 2 in 2023. Boat rescue in 2019, 7 times Haitian fishermen. Okay. On November 8th, 2025, an 18-year-old female passenger was found dead aboard after the ship docked in Port Miami. CCL's Carnival Cruise Line official statement confirmed the incident, and the company fully cooperated with the FBI Miami field office for their investigation. Local media sources identified the individual as Anna Kepner, a senior student from Florida. Her parents, I'm not going to say their name, told ABC News that she was graduating high school in May. She was planning to join the military. Anna has 2 younger sisters. The incident occurred at the end of the 6th-day Western Caribbean cruise itinerary, November 2nd through 8th. Round trip from Miami, then visited Jamaica, Grand Cayman, and Georgetown Harbor, and Cozumel, Mexico. All right. And it talks about the other ones, the other incidents on this specific cruise line. On March 16th, a male passenger, March 16th, 2022, a male passenger jumped overboard deck 11 soon after the ship departed from Grand Turk Island, Turks and Caicos. The male traveling with his wife went overboard at 7 p.m. local time. The body was soon located and recovered after 2 lifeboats found him. This is when there was a propulsion issue. Let's see here. This was a crew or passenger death November 15th, 2019, while the liner was in the international water en route to Mexico back to Florida. A male passenger died after falling from his cabin's balcony on deck 9, vista down to deck 5. After in the port of Miami, the ship was boarded by police officers in the investigation. So I'm guessing he was never found. It's what it sounds like, because oh no, sorry, I take that back. He fell from deck 9 to deck 5. November 1st, 2019. That's really crazy. There was okay, sorry, that was a fire accident on this boat that they're on right now. Ship collision, power loss, crew passenger death. August 11, 2018, a male crew in his 30s died on the ship. The male, Rivi Singh Bisht from India, was working on the Carnival since 2012 in the company's culinary arts cooking workshop department. Reportedly, his death was related to a party held on August 10th in the galley ship kitchen. The man was found dead in his cabin while the ship was docked in Grand Turks. Boy, that seems a little sus. Tara, welcome to the Pearl family, girl. How you doing, man? Yes, man. Thank you so much. I love you, dog. So cute. Thank you so much, my dear. Y'all, welcome. Tara. It's kind of weird. My friend was on a Carnival magic ship on the way to Norfolk, and a man fell over the balcony a couple years ago. I don't remember if he was found. Many times they're not. Thank you, love. Okay. I don't understand, though. It says his death was related to a party? Does that mean drugs? On August 10th in the galley ship kitchen, the man was found dead in his cabin. And then, okay. There's like sea pollution and stuff like that, But yeah, this is cruisemapper.com. And that's the Carnival Horizon. The other carnival is the Carnival Paradise, Carnival Dream, Carnival Mardi Gras, Carnival Elation. But what does MSC stand for? MSC Cruise Line. Orchestra. MSC Orchestra. January 9th, 2024, a male passenger passed away due to an illness. There's a lot of, it seems like to be a lot of deaths on that one. This one, 1, 2, 3. Well, no, not that many. 3. Okay. And then this one is Royal Caribbean. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Carnival has the most this year. Deaths. Oh, you poor little thing. That's not hard to get kicked out of that chat. Anyways, it's crazy, insane, definitely not like it was years ago, scarier than, oh, I'm sorry, Barbara. You fight it like hell, baby. I hope you kick its ass. Kick its ass. Yeah, okay. Let me show you. I am going to get what is this? Also is no. It's she's 18 years old. She's 18 years old. Okay. Check. Gotta hope AT&T doesn't, not AT&T, ABC doesn't strike me. I mean, look how vibrant and fine she looks. Like she was going into the military. Can't be a hell of a lot of things that caused this. You know what I mean? Hello, plant lady. You live by the beach and never go. Her relatives find comfort in knowing that Anna lived her 18 years to the fullest. She was an athlete who began gymnastics at the age of 2 and later joined her high school varsity cheerleading team. She loved being near the water, earning her boater's license and scuba certification, and enjoyed shopping, makeup, and spending time with friends. Her family says she had just finished taking the test to join the military, end quote. She said, quote, she was already talking to recruiters and had chosen her career path. She wanted to do something that would help her community. The family hopes Anna will be remembered for her generosity and spirit. She was deeply involved in the community, volunteering in her grandparents' 55 plus neighborhood and helping out the local businesses in her hometown. She was a people person, her family said. She loved being around people. She had the type of energy that just drew you to her, and her smile, that the way she carried herself. She was an easy person to talk to. Man.
Here's what we know about the ship. The Horizon can hold nearly 4,000 people. It has a staff of about 1,450. And Carnival said it is working with FBI to try to get to the bottom of this, to figure out what happened, saying our focus is on supporting the family of our guest and cooperating with the FBI. Detectives are now reviewing video from the cruise, and they're also interviewing passengers. And the Carnival Horizon is now docked back in Miami. They actually returned as scheduled Saturday morning, and the woman's family says they are still trying to come to terms with her death. They hope people remember her as a happy, bubbly, straight A student who had a very bright future ahead, a future that was just cut tragically short.
Yeah, but our heart goes out to that family, but hopefully they'll get some answers.
Yes.
They need that. All right, Brianna, thank you.
Yeah, they certainly do need answers. And stat. Okay. Yesterday, there's a text message. Family says 18-year-old Anna Kepner was, this is according to Brittany Cherie Campbell, was unalived on Carnival Cruise. The story took a devastating turn. Barbara Collins. Okay, this is a straight up lie. My granddaughter was 18 years old. No drugs or alcohol involved. She was MURDERED. Yes, she was murdered. That is why the FBI was there. I hope none of you have to go through what her father and mother have gone through this weekend. Now, again, that is absolutely unverified. I want to say that. But let me check something here. See if I can find Collins, Kepner. Is it with one L? I believe it was. No, two L's. Okay. Okay, this is a post up here. I'm asking everyone to please stop. Oh, it's so sad. SHU. I feel so bad for them, man. I'm trying to see here. This comes after hours after Anna's father spoke out in a recent interview with the Daily Mail, saying the FBI questioned everyone on board and that their lives have been, quote, turned upside down, end quote, as they wait for answers. According to the father, the FBI has shared nothing with the family yet, and he, quote, knows as little as everyone else. That was yesterday at 2:40 p.m. Hey, Marla, good to see you, darling. It is terrifying thinking about being in an apartment complex with crazy ass drunk people. You can't get away. Hell no. Well, you can always go to your room. I mean, cruises aren't bad except when something bad happens. That's just the truth. It's just when something bad happens. That's when it really fucking sucks. It is cold right now on the east coast of North Carolina. Is it? Okay. Well, I'll keep you guys up to date with this. Clearly. Oh crap. I gotta show you this. I forgot to show you this. This was today. Look at this.
A week after a teenager died on a cruise, authorities still aren't saying how Anna Kepner died. I'm your Titusville community correspondent, James Sparvero.
This is local.
From Anna's neighborhood to her school.
Look at this.
Everyone I'm talking to is wondering, when will the FBI give this heartbroken community some answers? what happened to this poor girl, you know? Friday, I met neighbor Joe Souza taking a walk on Anna's street. Like many, he's following news about the death. With Miami's medical examiner putting the time of death as Friday, November the 7th, the ship she was on, the Carnival Horizon, returned to Miami the following day.
It was on a cruise ship. The girl was found dead in a room. So who knows what happened, right? The FBI is the only one that's going to find out.
Each time this week when I asked, the FBI told me it had nothing new to report. Meanwhile, Anna's car is still here at Temple Christian School.
The weather's holding the flowers up beautifully.
Look at her car. Look what they did. They put flowers on it. That makes me want to cry.
People are still stopping by, visiting.
Parent Dana Wolf told me no one's hearing anything new on campus either.
Answers would be good because it's still been over, a week and nobody knows much other than what the newsers are telling you, and that's just it.
Wolfie, I'm cruising. Don't go on a cruise, Coco says. Wolfie, you're probably doing a different type of cruising.
It was a death.
And there's a lot of rumors out there.
Absolutely. And within this time frame, there's always a little more details of something coming out about it, and they're still just keeping it as simple as possible.
Anna's celebration of life service will be Thursday next week here at the Grove Church. Until then, I'll keep asking investigators for any updates about the case. As soon as we learn any new details, we will share them with you too, right here on News 6 and clickorlando.com. In Brevard County, I'm your Titusville community correspondent, James Sparvero, News 6.
Did he, he's got about a personality of a shrimp. Okay. I'm your, yeah, I saw that, Sassy. I saw that, Sassy. I don't believe it, personally. It will be. It will be. I know she's not black, so you don't care. And I'm gay AF. Thank you, Mr. Brown. I never knew that she wasn't black and I wasn't gay. So thank you for telling us that. God, you should change your screen name to Captain Obvious. Okay? Do you feel better? Do you feel better? Soldier Girl. She's not black, and I'm not black either. And I'm not gay, or I'm gay. God. Tell me something. I didn't know. Fuck. Guys, I just wanted to tell you. Hold on. I'm gay, y'all. I'm gay. Been wearing makeup this whole fucking time. Nobody gives a fuck. Okay, moving on. They just waited a whole fucking minute to say that, which is fine by me. But yeah, Sassy, I got your email, honey. I don't think it's anything, to be quite honest with you. Family and I got off this sailing. It was a somber and heartbreaking mood on the ship. Okay, so someone writes in a comment that was on the cruise ship, my family and I got off this ship. It was somber and heartbreaking mood on the ship. This cruise started full of hope as we delivered aid to Jamaica, and it ended with a young woman horribly losing her life. Yep. Daphne, I'm still a ghost. I don't look gay. Well, damn. Anywho, I love the trolls. Okay, y'all. Anywho, let's see here if there's anything else. I think think that's it. Brian Enton did a piece on it, by the way. He did a piece on it. I don't want to go over it, though. It's too long. It's going to say the same thing we already said. There's never a shortage of dummy. Sugar, isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? That's probably one of Durwood's friends. It probably is. He wouldn't answer his phone the other day when I called him after he called me and said something about Callie. He texted me and said something about Callie. And he said, "You're a dumbass too," or something like that. And I was like, "Oh, well, thank you. That is..." I appreciate that. Always skeptical. Somebody's got to do it. But then I called. It was either Durwood or Daniel. And neither one of them would answer. So there's that. What's up with Ahmed? What do you mean, Sherry? Is there Ahmed in here? I don't see. I know. Brother Ooh. He's back in the hospital? Oh, Ahmed. Okay, sorry. I was looking for something like an Ahmed in the chat or something like that. Bless his heart. Ahmed the creator, yeah. Yeah, keep him in your prayers. I love brainstorming how many ways I can change Durwood's name. Oh, let me show y'all something. Side note. Let me show you a little picture of Dirtwood's son here. Look at this. This is his profile. Tell me if that's not "it puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again" feeling. It puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. Yeah, that's the feeling I get with this mother chicken. That is just not normal. Jerry, no comment. He's out of the hospital, not doing well. Oh. Looks like a charcoal face mask. I don't know, but look behind him. It looks like there's a skull there too, doesn't it? Oh, he's got the stars and all that. Is he a satin worshiper? I don't know. Something's up. He puts that as a picture. Yeah. Yep. Attention seeking. There's a lot of more positive ways to get some attention. Looks like Justin Trudeau when he did blackface. He did blackface? He's dating Katy Perry now. I about fell out of my seat when I heard he was dating Katy Perry. What do those stars mean? I see them a lot. It means it was a style that was in... I don't know. It was a style at a time. That's all it was. It has to be a satin worshiper using God's name in vain without... Yeah. I knew he was sharing. I know. Is that horns? I don't know. Text. Okay. Let me check real quick. Remove. New York Post. Very shy teen who leapt to death of NYC prestigious Regis HS has to be punished for controversial stance in ethics class. What is that about? Have y'all seen this? I don't know. She just sent it to me. Very shy teen who leapt to death from NYC's prestigious Regis, I guess HS, is that high school or something else, was to be punished for controversial stance of ethics class. Source.
14 defendants, including
the very shy 16-year-old who tragically leapt to their death in New York City famed Regis High School, has gotten into hot water after taking a controversial stance in his ethics class, source told the Post on Friday. A dean at the prestigious Upper East Side institution, which counts Saturday Night Live star Colin Joyce as former U.S. COVID top doc Anthony Fauci among its alumni, was taken away the young man's phone, or was just about to, amid the incident when the teen jumped from the 5th floor window around 9:30 a.m. Thursday, law enforcement said. The teen, whose name the Post is withholding, died at a nearby hospital. I don't understand. Did they jump because I don't get it. Fifth floor window. Sources describe the 16-year-old as very shy, non-threatening. In the moments before his death, the student was awaiting potential disciplinary action for making unwelcoming comments during a class discussion. Okay. About utilitarian society believes that the goal of maximizing happiness, pleasure, and well-being for the greater good, the greatest good for the greatest number. Parents caught wind of the commentary. I just still don't get it. I don't know. Does anybody get it? I don't get it. Hold on. All I Want for Christmas Is You and Durwood dancing. Oh my god. I need to make some Durwood little AI videos. It's supposed to be free speech. Yeah. It really is. I don't get it either. I don't either, Coco. What am I missing? Okay. All right, guys. That's it for this evening. Thank you all so much for joining me. I will see you guys tomorrow. Mariah Carey don't look right. She should look older by now. Well, honey, she's got the fillers, the surgeries, the makeup, the creams, all of it. So that's, if you'll notice, a lot of the stars nowadays, their all faces look a lot fuller, because when you look fuller, like if you're heavier, you don't have as many wrinkles. Look at Kris Jenner. Yeah, she got a big old face lip. Yeah, but you know, when I'm 60, my belly button will probably be right here. It's what it is. That's why I stay chubby. Me too, Denise. Me too. Exactly. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. God bless each and every one of you. Take good care of yourselves. Tomorrow's Saturday. Ethics vary depending on each individual. Yeah. I'm serious. Oh, yes, I'm serious. All right, guys. Good night. God bless.